Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Him&Hers Chat. You tuned in with your favorite co-host, Jimmy and Jazz. Let's jump straight into it.
All right, you guys. This week we are on episode 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week we are discussing mental health because that's something that's going on all around the world with everything that's going on, or just anything within everyone around the world daily lives, just to be general. But out of 1 out of 4 people around the world at some point in their lives face mental issues or mental health issues. Let's just say that according to statistics, 350 million people faces mental depression alone. So that is a lot if you really think about it. So we are going to touch bases on that this week. Hopefully this is something that a lot of people can relate to. Comment down below your thoughts on anything that's said throughout the podcast, and stay tuned.
Yeah, so let's get straight into it. Mental health is right now at an all-time high concern because I feel like most people don't have conversations about that specific topic, on a normal day.
Yes, like no matter what I'm doing, I always say this, and I feel like I say this because for me, I'm the strong friend or the strong person out of everyone. So no one ever thinks to say, hey, let's check on Jazz, or let's see how she's doing, blah, blah, blah. But which is okay. It's fine because my husband does that. But for people that are going through the same thing, check on your strong friends, check on your strong family member. Like, you just never know what people are facing, because no matter how they may look from the outside, you never know what they're battling within. And I know for a lot of people that may go over your head, because some people like go straight to, okay, what could be definitely going on with X, Y, and Z? I see he or she doing this, and so it doesn't look like, anything is going on. But that happens. Like, you can wear depression or anxiety without it being seen. So I just want to tune in on that a little bit. Well, both of us would like to discuss that and just hear you guys' thought on how you feel about that and what else. If you're facing anything, just comment down below or inbox us, because we're open to your thoughts.
Yeah, and what you said about, people who wearing depression every day, it's normal now. It's almost like the normal things. And it's like, you ask someone how they doing. It's always, oh, I'm okay, I'm good. But, is that really, how you feeling? But, I get it. Most people don't like opening up to close relatives or even friends because, nowadays everyone turns to social media to put them on blast or judge them
or point fingers.
Right. So it's like, I get it, but it's like at the same time, it's very important. And I feel like, people should start taking that serious, especially living in these days, that we got to survive in every day. So it's, it's crazy, but I understand that, sometimes people don't think nothing is wrong with them, but a lot of people can see, when something not right. But, most people, like I said, nowadays, just keep a closed mouth. They feel like that's the best thing to do, right?
For sure. But I just want anyone out there that is dealing with mental health issues, whether that is something as small as anxiety or depression or schizophrenic, just know that there's people that will be in your corner, even if it's a complete stranger, because you would be amazed with how many strangers are more comforting than the person that you would expect to be there for you. So that would be my advice to anyone that's dealing with that, and to just let people in that are willing to listen, because there's always someone that's willing to listen for sure. And if you're not comfortable with speaking with someone, personal or that you feel that would judge you based on how you feel or what you're going through, I would just say to talk with a counselor. Like, there are so many different programs out there.
But you know what's crazy, not to cut you off, is like you can do so much talking to a person and it like hit right on the thumbnail, but it's like, is they really listening, or is they just looking for someone to vent to at the moment?
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, to me, even if it's not a mental health issue, it could just be like just holding too much in. I'll just say, let's just say it's stress, because it's
Right.
so much that they're holding in or withholding because they're dealing with whatever it is alone. I don't care. Like, just speak with someone, no matter who it is, someone that you're comfortable, of course, with sharing that information with, because I get it, not wanting to be judged or not knowing how someone would react to the way you feel. So I definitely get it. But with everything that's going on in the world, like, I just feel like the people that are close to you, or that you can 100% know that if you say whatever to them, they're not going to judge you, you can just be yourself, I say hold on to them close, because that is something good to have in this day and time, because it's so much, I know, for everything that's going on. You just have to have that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So guys, asking y'all a question. Do you feel like people hide depression? Like, that's one of the questions I want to ask you guys. You can comment down below, to respond to that question that I asked. Because, like, that's just how I personally feel. I feel like people hide their depression every day because, we're not living in a perfect world, obviously. So it's like, a lot of things is hard to adapt to. I want to say, and it's hard out here. So I'm not going to sit up and, act like we all haven't experienced depression before. It's a lot of people experiencing that right now. That's something that we wanted to touch bases on, because I know that's not something that too many people talk about or want to talk about. Everybody nowadays, and that's another thing too, everybody turns to social media to like.
Well, I don't care. Like, I mean, I get it, not to sound like whatever he's saying, not that at all. But like, social media to some people is an outlet. So I 100% support it. Like, you can be whoever you want to be on social media. That's one thing I've learned as an adult, that you can be whoever you want to be on social media. Like, and I'm so serious when I say that, because like, even if you know a person personal, like, let's just say a general person, it could be a neighbor, and you see this person every day, and then you just run across their social media, one of their social media accounts, and you're like, oh, that's Sarah, or that's such and such from the neighborhood. Like, what? And you're like, she's the sweetest person ever. And then you just see a completely different side on social media. But that's just an example. But you can be whoever you want to be on social media. And for some people, that's an outlet for them if they're battling depression, or mental illness, or the anxiety of being in crowds, for example, because you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be without actually, whatever.
So do you feel like that's a healthy thing to practice?
I don't know. I mean, if it's an outlet for them, I 100% think that it is, because even though, and let's just touch bases on that, although you can be whoever you want to be on social media without a soul thinking anything different, unless you have this group of friends or just family that know you personally, and they're like, yeah, that's not their everyday vibe or whatever. You can be whoever you want to be, but at the same token, there are some influencers even, or people that has just blown up on social media, where they're not used to the attention, and it's kind of similar. Let's just say that they're battling basically anxiety from being around people or going out in large crowds. The comments can do that to you for sure, because I've seen that. Like, I don't know, like, I'm on social media, and I'm not gonna say that it's like something I live for, but like, I've seen on some of the influencers, some of them are offended by those comments. Those comments be eating them up. I'm just saying.
So speaking on that you just mentioned, do you feel like they can sometimes be misleading?
What do you mean?
So, okay, the question was, do you feel like the internet can be bad for people who struggling with mental health?
Of course, because no, wait. For someone, I'm just gonna say, I have to continue to say influencers, because sometimes you see them at their breaking point on how much they've had with social media, because they'll express that about how they're basically annoyed with the comments that people are making on them, because they don't know these people from a can of paint. Like, they're just going off of what they put on social media, which could be something completely off the rail of what they actually do in their everyday life. This is just something that they choose to allow you to see. So of course it bothers them, because now they're trying to paint a different picture or a different view of themselves just because of what people are saying in the comments. So I definitely think it's like a gift and a curse.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Of course.
I just feel like, sometimes when it comes to the internet and people who struggling with like mental health issues, I feel like that's kind of like the wrong way to take. You ever hear someone say, no. You ever heard? No. Hold on. Have you ever heard someone say, I'm taking social media break?
Yes, I mean,
you
can take a social media break. I've done that before.
But why is they taking a mental social media break in the first place?
Because the media or the platforms, no matter what you're using,
but it's controlling them to the point to where they have to delete their apps, log out for a month or two.
Yes, it's called taking a mental break. You can do that from social media, your everyday life, your job. That's the same thing as taking a vacation from your job. You're taking a vacation from social media. So what are you saying?
So, I mean, see, that's the whole point. It's like a mental thing. So I feel like some people say social media is like bad influence on them, like mentally wise. So it's like they feel like they can't bear so much. It's like, okay, your life complete, right?
Wait, let me take that back. Don't come for me, guys. I'm not going to say everybody is not living the life that they put on social media, because again, people only post what they want you to see. I don't care who they are. They're going to post whatever they want you to see, whether that's fake or real. Who are you to say that it's fake or real? So with that being said, I personally, or my advice to others, is to not worry about the next man, because it may, even if that is the case, let's just say it's true, whatever you're seeing on social media, just because it's that person's time, it may not be your time. Right. So allow them to shine, and not in a jealous way or a negative way. Just, it's not your time, and just always remember that when your time comes, you'll shine too. So next advice is to find something that you enjoy doing, no matter what it is, like a hobby. That could be journaling or just going for walks in the park or anything.
So do you think people have a hard time running away from social media or escaping social media?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. And I don't know. For some people it can be. But for me, I'm not gonna even say running away. For me personally, that's something easy that I can do. Like literally shut completely off. Like the older I get, the more I don't even care to be on social media. I don't know why. It's like I don't like sharing my private life. Like no matter what I'm doing, like it's so rare that I would even post something on social media. But that's just me. I know there's a lot of other people that feel the same way, or I've read posts of other people's feeling that same way. It's like you feel naked sometimes when you're posting your personal life on there. So like I don't know, like this is different, but posting personal things, even accomplishments, sometimes could like just make you feel naked. So I don't know.
I don't know, but I just feel like social media can be one of the biggest issues. And it's like you see people, like I said, living this type of lifestyle that you maybe want to live or don't want to live. it doesn't
or
matter,
feel like you feel short of.
right? Yes, it feel like, okay, what am I doing wrong in life? Like that's one reason why I feel like social media can be, a concern when it comes to people's mental
Yeah,
health.
like, I mean, I've seen a lot of different social media posts where they're like, the younger generation has grown up so fast,
right?
Because of social media. And I mean, the world is changing. It's gonna always change. Like, no matter how old you get, something is going to change where it's gonna even blow your mind. So,
right.
with that being said, like, of course, when we were in high school, and you're a male, but as a female, like, in the era of high school for us, like, for example, the quick weaves, or what is it, sew-ins, that was a thing for us, but not as, like, as it is now. Like, it's evolved, the sew-ins and quick weaves, and especially the wigs. Like, in high school, in our era, like, wearing a wig is like, what? Like, the wig that you think of, and I'm not gonna even say that, because, like, in high school, I used to have this curly wig that was a synthetic wig. And don't come for me, y'all, that was in high school. Now, never. Unless it looks really good, but no. But yes, like, that has even evolved. So it's going to continue to change. Everything is, whether that's good or bad.
Speaking on generations, how do you feel this new generation is now mentally? Like, do you feel like they unstable? Do you feel like like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Like, let's talk about the new generation mental health. Like,
I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't know. I haven't had a personal interaction other than my cousins that are in the newer generation. Let's just say that. But what I see on social media, they're very mature. But some of them, no, I'm saying they're very mature for their age.
Oh, okay.
Like, and when I say that, like, way past where you would think they would be as far as thinking,
or like mental wise where they should be, but they kind of like.
But wait, let's back it up a little bit. Even our son's generation, I think that generation is super wise, and I'm saying that from our son and the other kids that I see his age. Like, those kids, I feel like they're gonna be the ones that flip everything.
Right. So do you feel like,
and mentally for them, and this is just, I guess you can say, a prediction for me, their generation, being that our generation and some of the generation behind us are kind of taking accountability for mental awareness. Let's just say that I feel like when it comes to them and they get to this specific age or a certain age, they'll be fully aware of that. And especially being that even now he may not understand it, but for our son, we kind of basically give him days of, like, break days, because even though he's not in school right now, but he needs that time to, like, just disconnect from the tablets or the TV or whatever. So he gets a lot of playtime outside, or just to wear him out. So
I don't know.
I feel like it's gonna get better.
I think they take on too much, more than like the average. I feel like they take on too much.
What do you mean?
Like, it's too much going on for them now. Like, back when we was kids, we didn't have just so much technology. These kids, like, they just have so many options now, and it's like, is this affecting them mentally?
Yes,
like,
but you're asking that, and we're just gonna get off of subject for a little while. You're asking that, but how many electronic devices do your 5-year-old have?
He have too many.
Exactly. So we're not going to talk about that. But one thing I can say, and we're going to just get off of that because we're not going to make it about that. We works on not letting him get as much screen time, has even gone as far as taking one of the electronic devices completely away, because it got to a point to where we were just like, okay, yeah, we're doing too much. he's not even doing too much. We're doing too much as the parents. But yeah, moving along, back to the subject at hand.
So yeah, that was, one of the topics that we wanted to talk about. Mental health matters, and a lot of things can affect your mental. It just don't have to be like, social media, health problems, like it can be like numerous reasons why,
it can.
Mental health can become an issue. And we just feel like, where we trying to go with this conversation is that it's not normal no more to speak on your mental health. Everyone just accepting whatever comes and just like brush it under the rug and just keep moving on in life. And then we wondering why, the breaking points happen so late. So that's just one of the most important topics.
Yeah, because again, as he stated, it doesn't really have to do with more so social media.
Nah.
It could be anything, things that are going on around the world that we don't have control over, that some of us fall victim to, things around us that are out of our control. So with that, I know that can be difficult to go by or to wear that load yourself. So just let someone in. And for the ones who aren't going through things or who's not battling a mental health issue, check on your friends, check on your family, see how they're doing, and not just do it once. Don't do it once. Do it every now and then. Like, you don't have to overbear them, but just do it. Like, it would really mean a lot. And
it would.
I'm not just saying that I'm the type. So I'm really saying that because I would hate personally to not have done it and things end up a different way. So just always check on your strong friends, family members, associates, even co-workers,
even
because
strangers.
You never know, right?
Even strangers, because you're gonna run into strangers just as many times you'll run into your relatives or your friends. So you're gonna always come up on a stranger that you don't know but you always see. So it's like, just be aware of your surroundings and other people as well, because like we say, mental health matter in all ways.
With that being said, you guys, we thank you so much for tuning in. We're trying not to keep the episodes as long or to bore you guys. We would definitely enjoy the feedback that you guys offer. I know in the first one, you guys, not too many of you guys responded, but that's okay as well. Hopefully this go around, you guys comment down below topics that you would like for us to discuss, or things that you guys heard within the podcast that you would like to chime in on. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that post bell notification on to catch all the latest videos. Thank you and peace.